Hello, friends. Welcome to my channel, where we explore the most astonishing cultures and corners of our planet. Today, we journey to the heart of Namibia, to the arid region, to meet the tribe, a people whose way of life, traditions, and resilience captivate the imagination. Who are the? How do they survive under the harsh desert conditions? And what enables them to preserve their unique culture in an age of globalization? This will be an incredible adventure full of discoveries. If you love stories about travel, customs, and people who live differently than we do, give this video a like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss new uploads. Let's go. The tribe is a semi-nomadic people living in Namibia, in the region also known as. Their population is around 50,000, and they are part of the Herero ethnic group, yet stand out through their distinct culture, language, and way of life. They speak a Bantu language, but their dialect and practices make them unique even among other Herero. They reside in small settlements called and lead a semi-nomadic existence, moving in search of grazing land and water for their livestock. They are a people who have managed to safeguard their traditions despite the challenges of the modern world. Their striking appearance, deep bond with nature, and reverence for their ancestors have made them one of Africa's most recognizable cultures. Their lives strike a balance between ancient customs and the need to adapt to change. Let's explore what makes the so extraordinary. To understand one must look into their past. Their ancestors, the Herero people, migrated to Namibia from East Africa in the 16th century. They were skilled pastoralists who quickly adapted to local conditions, raising cattle and cultivating the land. However, in the 19th century, their lives were upended by the arrival of European colonizers. German colonization of Namibia in the late 19th and early 20th centuries led to tragic events. Between 1904 and 1908, German authorities carried out a genocide against the Herero and Nama, killing up to 80% of the Herero population. Some of the surviving Herero, who later became known as the, retreated to the remote region. This isolation became their salvation. Far from colonial rule, missionaries, and urban influence, they were able to preserve their traditions, language, and way of life. Their story is one of incredible resilience and determination to protect their identity. Even today, centuries later, they remain true to their roots, living in harmony with the harsh environment. One of the most striking features of is their appearance. If you've seen photos of this people, you've likely noticed their reddish skin and hair. This is the result of using a paste made from red, animal fat, and aromatic herbs. Women apply daily, and it is much more than mere cosmetics. Protects the skin from the scorching sun, dry air, and insects, and is also regarded as a symbol of beauty, purity, and health. Preparing is a ritual passed down from mother to daughter. Women collect from local soils, mix it with livestock fat, and add herbs to give the paste a pleasant fragrance. Hairstyles are true works of art, reflecting social status, age, and marital status. Girls up to puberty wear their hair in two simple plaits that hang over their faces. Upon reaching adulthood, their hairstyles become more elaborate. The braids are adorned with leather, beads, or metal ornaments. Married women wear a specific headdress called a cap made of goat skin, symbolizing their status. Men also pay attention to their hairstyles, though theirs are simpler. For instance, a married man might wear a distinctive cap or headband marking his role as head of the household. Jewelry forms another vital aspect of culture. Women wear necklaces, bracelets, and anklets made from beads, shells, leather, and metal. One of the most significant pieces is the necklace, which married women receive from their husbands. It symbolizes their connection to the family and is often passed down through generations. Men wear simpler adornments such as leather bands or beads that denote their status. This life is inseparable from livestock herding. Cattle, goats, and sheep are not only food sources but also symbols of wealth, status, and spiritual power. The number of animals a family owns determines its standing in the community. A wealthy individual may own dozens of cattle, earning respect from neighbors. They care for their animals meticulously, knowing each cow by name and personality. Their semi-nomadic lifestyle stems from the need to seek pasture and water in the arid, where rains fall only a few times a year, and temperatures can reach 40 to 50 degrees Celsius. They move with their herds, constructing temporary dwellings, made of branches, clay, and dung, making them lightweight and portable. At the heart of each settlement burns a sacred fire, which must never go out. This fire symbolizes the bond with their ancestors, and the elders are entrusted with its maintenance. Cuisine is simple but nourishing and tailored to desert conditions. Their diet mainly consists of milk, fermented dairy products, maize porridge known as pap, and meat. Milk is their primary source of hydration, and they seldom drink water. They also gather wild plants, such as berries or shrub roots, to supplement their diet with vitamins. For instance, porridge made from fruit provides essential nutrition for growing children. This ability to find sustenance in the desert is truly a survival art. Society revolves around family and community. A village is typically led by an elder, a man who makes key decisions, yet women hold an extraordinarily important role. The practice matrilineal inheritance, meaning lineage and inheritance pass through the mother's line. This grants women high status. For example, a woman can own cattle and decide how to use them, which is unusual in many traditional cultures. Women are not only household guardians, but also artisans crafting jewelry, clothing, and they also participate in child-rearing and the transmission of cultural knowledge. Remarkably, women have the right to initiate divorce if a marriage fails, and this decision is respected by the community. Men, in turn, are responsible for livestock care, village protection, and participation in rituals. Children are raised by the entire community. From an early age, they learn to herd livestock, gather plants, and perform domestic tasks. Girls assist their mothers in preparing and caring for younger siblings, while boys learn to manage the herd. Formal education in the Western sense is rare, but oral tradition is strong. Elders share stories of ancestors, teach songs, and lead rituals that reinforce cultural bonds. Culture is steeped in profound respect for nature and ancestors. Their religion centers on belief in the supreme being, creator of the world and source of life. Yet ancestral spirits also play a vital role. They believe their ancestors watch over, protect, and guide them. Shamans, known as, conduct rituals to communicate with spirits, requesting rain, healing, or protection. These ceremonies often feature singing, dancing, and sacrifices, such as goat offerings. The sacred fire lies at the core of spiritual life. It burns in every village, symbolizing the link between the living and the ancestors. If the fire goes out, it is considered an ominous sign, and a shaman must perform a cleansing ritual. Another important rite is the coming-of-age ceremony for adolescents. When a girl reaches maturity, she takes part in a ceremony where she receives a new hairstyle and jewelry symbolizing her readiness for adulthood. Weddings among the are grand celebrations uniting families. Marriages are often arranged by parents, though the couple's feelings are also considered. The groom must present cattle to the bride's family as a sign of his ability to provide. Polygyny, having multiple wives, is customary, but each wife maintains her own hut and household. Co-wives support one another, and conflicts are rare. They are skilled craftsmen. Women produce beadwork, shell ornaments, leather, and metal jewelry that are not only beautiful but laden with symbolism. A shell necklace may represent ancestral connection, a copper bracelet familial wealth. Men engage in wood carving, crafting staffs, spoons, and household items. These wares are often sold to tourists and have become an essential source of income. Music and dance are integral to culture. Their songs recount tales of nature, ancestors, and daily life. Dances, such as, take place during rituals and celebrations, accompanied by rhythmic clapping and singing that foster a sense of unity. From a young age, children learn these songs and dances, reinforcing communal bonds. Despite their isolation, they face modern challenges. Climate change is a major threat. Droughts grow increasingly severe, forcing them to travel vast distances for water and pasture. For example, in 2019, a drought decimated much of the region's livestock, devastating many families. Tourism offers both opportunities and challenges. On one hand, they earn income by selling jewelry and guiding visitors. Some villages open specifically to tourists, showcasing traditional practices. On the other hand, tourism can disrupt their way of life. Some women abbreviate the ritual to save time for tourists, contrary to tradition. Young people are increasingly drawn to cities by education and work, risking the loss of language and customs. The Namibian government strives to support them by building schools and clinics, but many remain skeptical. They fear that formal schooling will distance youth from their heritage. In schools, lessons are taught in English or Afrikaans while is seldom used. This creates a generational divide. The tribe exemplifies how people can live in harmony with nature while preserving their traditions in a modern world. Their resilience, ancestral reverence, and adaptability to harsh conditions inspire us all. They remind us that, even in an era of technology and globalization, one can remain true to one's roots. Their vibrant culture, intricate rituals, and deep connection to the land are a lesson in the value of family, community, and the environment. Thank you for joining me on this journey. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you won't miss future episodes. Comment below what surprised you most about culture. Would you like to learn about other unique peoples? Let me know and I'll prepare a new video. Share this video with friends so they too can discover the... See you next time, friends. Stay curious.